Where's Compas?
Yeah, we are.
There you go.
Hey.
There you go. Okay, all right. We got proof right there.
Some guy that seems like he's asleep. Need you to wake up, Gilbert. There's a lot of energy.
Come on,
going
Gilbert.
here.
Let's go.
Come on. Dan and Daygo is at Moe's.
I'll show you. I got it right.
Okay, that's it. You guys, I am done with mine, but that's couldn't get better than a 2026 6th-round pick swap for a 7-rounder. So
Freaking love you, Chad.
Hey, dude. Cool, man.
Compas on the beat, man. Derwin James signing off, man. Watch Compas on the beat, man.
Welcome to What's Up, Bolts. I am Fernando Ramirez. Appreciate you guys for joining us. Crazy game. The Chargers beat the Broncos 23-20 to start the season 3-0, and they sit atop the AFC West. What a crazy game. What an atmosphere. There was just a lot of craziness. We'll get to all your comments right now. Please, whatever you guys got, please send it in the comment section. Just to let you guys know right off the bat, if Compas on the beat isn't working, it's because Gilbert and I are in a fight for our lives with YouTube. Yeah, we're going to get that figured out pretty soon. But if you guys have buddies and they're wondering where we are, it's on What's Up Bolt. So please let folks know. Craziness, a lot of craziness after the game in the locker room. Jim Harbaugh was walking around slapping the hands of everybody, saying, "Yeah, baby, we did it," this, everything. So a lot of madness, a lot of craziness. But the player of the game, in my opinion, I know everybody's going to point at Justin Herbert, and he did power this team, but Derwin James, 12 tackles, 1 sack. He had multiple tackles for loss. He was all over the place. And he told me after the game, he's like, I hope your brother was happy. He's like, tell your brother I say what's up. He is a man that loves him some Dan and Daygo. I know you guys do too, so why don't we bring him in here and get his thoughts? Here is Dan and Daygo.
Here we go. My dog Derwin. Love that guy. Pretty wild roller coaster. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have preferred, them kind of do what they did late in the game just from the beginning. Like, there's no reason why we have to give everybody a heart attack who's watching this game or anything like that. It's okay. It's okay to, just dominate a game and 4 points from the beginning. Are you laughing at a comment that I can't see, or are you laughing at what I'm saying?
I'm laughing at what you're saying.
Like, it's okay to do this from the beginning. Like, I don't understand if, we switched out the paint that Greg Roman was huffing from the Justice for Men. Maybe we slipped him some booze up there, and he's kind of, drunk in the first half. Like, then he needs to sober up towards the end, and they get him some food. Like, I just don't understand what it is. And to be frank, it's driving me insane. Like, don't get me wrong. Before everybody starts shitting on me and saying a win's a win, like, sure, a win is a win. But, and I know I get it's still early in the season, but you want to build good habits moving forward. Like, you get like this against a team like the Eagles that they're going to play, or some of these better teams, and they're going to run away with it. They're not going to give you as many opportunities as the Broncos will. And on top of that, like, the goal should be higher for Charger fans. It's not just to get to a wild card weekend. It's to get further now. And you have to have higher standards for those types of things to build up to it. So, that was – defense played great. Besides, Alohi falling asleep and, again, that's why I wanted to keep Jake in. I was hoping no one would sign him. But, besides him kind of getting out a little bit, defense played great, kept him in the game. But, offensively, at least, for now, that is probably one of the worst offensive games I've seen so far, in the season. Like, that was bad. And the only thing I'm going to tell you, and I know that this is, really early, but the only thing I want to see this offseason is offensive linemen getting signed and offensive linemen getting drafted, because this is ridiculous to me. We're basically running with the same offensive line, and they're making the same mistakes. Sawyer got thrown to the ground, for God's sake, on a crucial 3rd down play. The guy had one hand, Frown. He threw him with one hand, and he put him on his ass. Like, my goodness. But, again, They need to figure this out offensively. I still don't understand why we're not running the football. Amari and Hampton, for getting a little bit of action last week, I thought stepped up really well. I think the other, I'm going to try and go with the positives because I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. What's all that noise? What are you doing?
Sorry. That's
I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but let's look at the bright spots. I think Amari and Hampton stepped up in a huge way today. I was very pleased to see that. I think, Gadsden, maybe not the starting tight end, but he needs to get a lot more reps. Conklin did nothing. Disley is probably a better blocker, and when he tries to run routes, he looks real stiff. But
he wasn't out there today.
A what?
He wasn't out there today.
No, I know he wasn't. I'm just talking about the tight end room. Conklin has done nothing. He's been I've been misinformed about him, I guess, or bad advertising for him because I don't know what he's done. Gadsden, I like more.
He had 5 catches. He had 5 catches for 46 yards.
Who?
Gadsden.
Yeah, exactly. And those were crucial plays. Like he had 2 down the stretch to keep the chains moving. Again, he needs to get more reps. Period. I can't even think who the other tight end is. It's Will Disley, Conklin. Is there? Fisk, but is he more of a blocker?
He's a blocker. Yeah.
But again, like I'm just not understanding the mindset of, hey, we're on our second string inside guard. We're on our second string right tackle. We're on, a center who was a starter last year that we couldn't replace for whatever reason, and a left guard also who couldn't be replaced for whatever reason. And we want to go heavy, load the box, and then run it inside. Like is Greg Roman a masochist, Crown? Can you tell me that? Does he punish himself when he calls bad plays?
He just wants to. He said, "Are you not entertained?"
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm furious half the time.
Well, going back to what I was talking about, Aronde Gadsden had 2 very clutch plays in that last drive, and I asked him, I'm like, what was it like having to go from, hey, you're not suiting up the first 2 games, but then in the third game, you're going to make 2 big plays. And he's like, look, it is frustrating that I didn't get to play the first 2 games. But once my number was called, I knew I had to step up. And I made 2 big plays that I needed to make. And that's what my role is. So I'm going to take it and run with it. I mean, I thought there was a drive where he sustained
100%.
with 2 big catches. And I mean, if you can get 5 catches for 46 yards out of your tight end, that's huge. But again, I thought Quentin kept them afloat in the first half.
100%. Credit due.
Yeah, he had multiple catches. Keenan, up until I think the third quarter, didn't have.
Yeah, he was making
any. Yeah, exactly. No, well, hold on. So that's what he told me in the locker room. He's like, yeah, in the first half, I was getting nervous. I'm like, yo, do I still got this? And obviously, in a joking way, he's like, but as soon as 10 started throwing me that ball, I knew things were going to change. So it was funny because he goes, what did he say? He says, you know how I showed you that clip where he's like, whenever you're in need, throw me that mother effing ball.
Yeah.
He's like, that's exactly what we did. I told him at the end of the game, or for that touchdown, I'm like, just throw me the mother effing ball.
Yeah.
And they made that play, and it was huge. And the thing about them is that, and that's what I asked Keenan, do you feel like the connection's all the way back? He's like, no. He's like, we still have ways to go with the connection and everything, but it is rough, Dan, losing Mekhi Becton, losing Najee Harris, because Najee Harris is it did not look good. It did not look good for Najee.
And he was looking good when they finally started giving him touches. I felt like our compa Nick Moraldo, give the ball to Najee.
Yeah,
give
exactly.
the ball to Najee.
Yeah, no, they were after I started writing basically when Denver converted that 4th down early in the fourth quarter. No, in the middle of the fourth quarter, I started writing like, oh, Chargers squander a huge opportunity or whatever. And then I thought Tony Jefferson made the play. Him and Tarheeb still combined for the play of the game, where they're in the red zone. The Broncos are, and it was a pass interference on Troy Franklin. I think Bo Nix or J.K. Dobbins, they get a little bit closer. Then on 3rd down, he throws a pass to He throws a pass to Franklin, I think, or Cortland. I don't remember who it was, but Tony comes in, reads the play the whole way. Him and Tarheeb smack him, and they end up settling for a field goal. And it was funny because Tony said, if I would have read that play a little bit quicker, I probably have a pick six. So
Oh,
he's,
yeah.
but then the Chargers go down. They score that touchdown with Keenan Allen, and then on the next drive, J.K. Dobbins receives a screen pass, and it looks like he's all by himself. And Tony shoots in from out of nowhere, and he's able to tackle
Thank
J.K.
God.
And that was a huge tackle. And I asked him, "What'd you see?" He's like, "Bro, it's just about letting my instincts take over. That's what was huge for me. I let my instincts take over. I came up and I made the stop." So there was a lot. I mean, I'm telling you, when we walked in the locker room, we heard screaming, and we're like, "Who is that?" And it was Jim Harbaugh walking around high fiving every single one of those players, showing them love, and they feel like this is a big win. But Dan, I agree with you. Yes, it's a win, but there are some things that are a little that should leave fans a little bit uneasy, especially because I mean, and again, their offensive line or their defensive line is unique. You're not going to face a lot of defensive lines like Denver, but again, there's going to be moments where you're going to need your offensive line to step up, and at the end, they stepped up. And Trey Pipkins, I think, deserves a lot of credit. I know he struggled in the game, but he stayed in and he said, "I
Yeah.
can't get out of this game. I need to stay in for my guys." Joe Alt struggled. Everybody on the offensive line, I think, struggled in this game, but when they needed to, they tightened up and they were able to make stops. So, but again, I feel like now everybody's talking about the offense and nobody's talking about the defense. And the defense, I thought, played lights out.
Oh, the
Derwin
lights.
Derwin was huge. I thought guys made play. Kyle Kennard had a big play on one of those that I was like, oh wow! Like I think Kyle Kennard had a tackle for loss late in the game that I was a little surprised at. But yeah, there's just multiple. Yeah, he had on a 1st and 10. J.K. was taking the ball. Oh no, that wasn't. But whatever. So
Either
there was
way,
multiple times that this Chargers defense really stepped up, and they were able to hold Denver at the end. And Dan, this is kind of deja vu if we remember last year for the Broncos, because the Broncos had a lead going into halftime, and the Chargers chipped away at it. And the
Yeah.
Chargers at the end of the game, they made two big plays with a rookie in Ladd McConkey. So I'm really impressed. They're 3-0, 3-0 in the division, but I think they're going to need to start fielding phone calls for another running back, edge rusher, and I think
Yeah.
offensive lineman. I think they need to. If Makai's going to be out for a while, they're going to need somebody, because I thought Jamari Sawyer really struggled when he took his place.
Especially again, no offense to him, because I've seen him at tackle and I like him more at tackle. But it's like we've already seen this experiment for like 3 or 4 years in a row now. Like,
With
I don't know
Jamari.
what we're missing. I don't know what else we need to see, or maybe he really is just the best available over whoever's behind him. But they need to figure that out, especially because you're trying to get these drop back passes, and it's like, dude, if you don't have the guys inside so he can step up, that's going to make it a lot more difficult, because there was times where they were getting around Trey Pipkins pretty easily and things like that, and he couldn't step up anywhere because they were also getting blown up inside.
Well, and I think in the first quarter they sacked Herbert 3 times.
Yeah,
And then on top of that,
and that's why I say, like, dude, to alleviate the pressure, just spread them out a little more and see if you can have Amarian. He looks like a pretty damn good athlete with some speed. Have him sneak between the tackles to go do something. But when you stack it and load it up like that, it makes everything a lot more complicated. So that was one thing that was just really driving me insane also. Because it's like, by the way, on a positive, did you see we got the tush push?
I did see that play. That was a good play by
I was like, I wonder if that's going to be the new thing. Now every time it's 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, we're just going to go tush push. Maybe he'll get like 15 rushing touchdowns also from the one.
That was a good play by but I thought Hampton had a very good game, especially towards the end. Like
100%. Once they finally started using him, he was getting like positive yards. I'm like, I don't know why they're keeping this kid locked up so much. Like, dude,
He had
feed him the
6
ball.
catches. 6 catches for 59 yards and 70 rushing yards and 1 touchdown. So in total, he had 129 total yards and 1 touchdown.
And yeah, exactly. And it's like it just pisses me off because again, the whole point of supposedly having these two as the head coach and offensive coordinator is you're going to have a great run game. And it's like again, we start off the game with 6 straight passes. And it doesn't look good. Like, I don't understand what that is. Like, are you trying to, like, lull them to sleep to then run the football? Like, I don't understand where the logic is behind that. Like, my God, dude, you need to be a little more balanced. You need to be a little, especially, like, again, with the Broncos, their strength are their DBs. That's their strength. They got Pat Surtain and some other guys. They play well. They play as a unit. And your whole idea to start off the game is to throw it at them? Like, come on, my guy, you're killing me.
This is what Keenan, look at Keenan's video.
What y'all thought we were going to do, huh? Yeah, like that. 3-0. We back, baby. Both up.
I like that. Yeah. Good, dude. Good. They need some energy. My God. I wonder if all the people are going to start apologizing who were like, we don't need Keenan. He's going to take reps from Lad. My God.
You know somebody that said that?
I do. Too many idiots. And I'm like, You can't what's it called? Like again, and this is where I get like pissed talking to Hilberto and some of these other people. It's like, dude, if your receiver room is all under 23, like you need someone in there for a veteran presence. Like it doesn't help. Like it's great that they're young, but like I saw Trey Harris a few times. That's number 9, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in there a few times in the game, and like. I don't think you recorded a catch or anything like that. So it's like you need the guys who are already vets, like because if not, like that learning curve is going to take a little bit.
Yeah, Conklin, Fisk, and Harris, 0 catches between the 3 of them. But
that's what I'm saying.
Lab had some clutch catches on 3rd down. I was very impressed with them. So that was pretty good. Yeah, Herbert was pressured a lot. They're going to need to do something about that. I don't know. The problem is, too, Dan, is that right now you're at the point where not a lot of teams are going to field calls because they feel like they're still in it. So, real quick, let's hear what Jim Harbaugh had to say about that game.
I don't think I had the vocabulary to really express how great I feel with this win and just admiration for our team and for our players. And coaches and just everybody. It's just another game, 3 wins, three games, and it's taken everybody in all these games. So, gritty, spectacular. That's about the best word I can come up with to describe it. I'm just great thrill of winning, wonderful feeling of victory, great thrill of victory. That's about all I got. It's what a never losing heart. I mean, just finding a way. Tremendous performance by so many. Justin rolling to his left, got a guy hanging on him, and then makes that throw to Keenan, which was a spectacular catch by Keenan, and everything that he did down the stretch for us. Defense. 3 and outs to start the game and at our best when our best was needed most. Can say that for the offense, can say that for the special teams too. I mean that kickoff coverage at the late in the game there in the 4th quarter, get him down inside the 25-yard line. That saved the first down and
100%, and I think he's right in the sense of, the thrill of winning and all this other stuff. But it's like, also other teams under other coaches would have lost this game. So that, I think, is the biggest positive takeaway, that they were never out of it. They were always in it, and they stayed together and fought through. So
that's what Keenan said. Keenan said in years past where we lose it, like I scored a touchdown, we would have lost that game.
Yeah.
So they feel the exact same way. I mean, Derwin said the same thing. They all feel like in years past they would have lost that game, but today they played hard-nosed football and they were there. Now the thing is, they have a lot of things they need to make up for because
Exactly.
it doesn't get any easier. I know the Chiefs are playing right now against the Giants, but the Giants' front four is no picnic. Like they're
Yeah.
going to be a really tough game next week in New York. And it doesn't get any easier here. I mean, then you have the Commanders who really put it on who put it on the Raiders. My God, I couldn't
Yeah.
believe that they
It
did
was a
that.
rough day for Eric.
Yeah, Joe Morley. I texted him. I'm like, "You okay?" He's like, "F no." So yeah,
And that's the other thing too, right? You have some young guns who are good pass rushers. You're on your second string right guard, right tackle. So you're going to have to really have some answers for that. That way you either get the ball out quick or you try and, pick at them where they're at their weakest. But, that's the biggest thing you have to know. What the skills of your personnel are, and you got to move forward with it. We got to run the football, period.
Yeah. No, I agree. And again, shades of that Denver game from last year where Denver had kind of taken a lead, Chargers come back and beat them, and you're looking, you're like, damn, like how like you give them for dead, and then they come back and they rise from the dead, and they end up winning the game. And again, it does feel different in the aspect of like Jim first game, the Chiefs kind of answer them. The Chargers, they have to make the Chiefs settle for a field goal. Justin runs out the time against the Raiders. Big game, Monday Night Football. They could have not. They could have given up that game. Boom, they win the game tonight. That game easily should have been. The Broncos should have came away with that victory, especially after the showing that they had, and they just couldn't get it done. And again, Bo Nix did miss 2 or 3 long shots that he was wide open for. But,
that was the other thing that, oh my God, I was like, please.
Yeah, but and Justin missed 1 or 2 as well. He had one with Quentin where he should have hit Quentin in stride, but obviously he didn't. He wasn't able to get there. But again, I thought it was a very good gutsy performance by the Chargers, or a very good. Sorry, it was an okay performance, but they ended up pulling out the
The win. Yeah,
they ended up pulling out the win. And again, in years past, they don't do that. And who's going to know more than Keenan and Derwin that have been a part of this organization the longest? And they thought that they definitely would have done that. And again, Derwin said he was really pissed off when on that 4th down they go for it and they score that touchdown, and on 4th down he's like, we should have had that. Like, I don't know what, like, he's like, we need to be better about that. So he's like, there's some things we need to shore up, but they feel very good about the team. They're 3-0. They're 3-0 in the division. Again, they are going to need to make some adjustments. They are going to need. I just don't believe you can go Omari and Hampton, Kamani Vidal, and Hassan Haskins the whole way.
Yeah,
they're going to have to make a move. They're going to have to make a move. They're going to have to do something.
I would rather offensive line or edge rusher, because running backs, do they have Vidal on the practice squad or no?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do. Well, you can figure it out there. I think the bigger need is guys up front, just period. Like, there was a few times where, Thule had a free shot at Bo Nix on that 4th down play, and then he just stops and he's waiting for him. Like, I get that he's shifty, but at least close the distance and rush the throw. And there was a few times where he would, his pass rush would go past him, and then he'd be able to escape the pocket. So I think 100%, because, like, again, the whole point is edge rushers keeping him in the pocket to almost push him and keep him inside. At the same time, the inside guys are trying to push him to collapse him outside. That way, either or is going to make the play, hopefully. You know what I'm saying? So that's like the biggest thing where I'm like, we need another pass rusher. Like the day before yesterday, between that and offensive line, like, we need to find that out pretty quickly.
No, I completely agree. And I mean, again, it'll be interesting to see what these guys do moving forward, but they definitely need to. But I definitely wonder what they're going to do moving forward. But again, it's a good, solid victory for them. It's one of those that it's one of those games where they really needed the victory, and
Yeah.
And now I'm sure the Raiders and the Broncos are kind of looking at each other and going, "What the hell? Like, what do we do?" I mean, the Broncos, I know for a fact. I mean, you could see it. They
Oh,
like a lot of heads were down. A lot of people were
well,
just
they
not
pissed it
happy
away
with.
the week before. They pissed it away this week. Like
Yeah, yeah,
it'll catch up to you pretty quick.
they did exactly the same thing in both weeks, which is
Yeah.
obviously tough for both teams. But I mean, it is what it is. Definitely, like I said, it's a good come from behind victory from the Chargers. They've had a little bit of everything in the first 3 weeks of the season, but there's a lot to work on. They're going to have a lot to do. They're going to have to muscle up. But yeah, you have to tip your cap off to winning games like this. And again, not every week is going to be pretty. Last week they kind of had full control of that game, and they were able to win the game last week. So this
Yeah.
week it was a little bit different. They had to go in there and they had to bring it from behind. So I'm sure not the way they would have wanted it, but like you said, Dan, I mean, you want to blow these guys out, but at the same time, I mean, you're going to need to be able to win games in many different ways, and I feel like this was a good come from behind win. But now they need to keep it going. They need to get things going, because if not, it's going to be a tough season. I mean, it's already going to be a tough season. You've already lost. Well, we'll see what happens with Najee, but you're down Khalil Mack, you're down Rashawn Slater, you're going to be down
Yeah.
Najee. I mean, that's going to be
And
very
who
tough.
knows what's up with Makai also.
Yeah, so there's stuff that they're going to need to be doing. So Tom says all the Bronco podcasts are blaming the refs. Why?
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Yeah, we're the new Kansas City Chiefs, dude. Welcome. Madison Beer is going to take over the NFL.
Yeah,
And
I
more
just
importantly, also, right? We need. I really wish when in their offensive meetings they would understand we need plays that sustain drives. We don't need to throw bombs to hopefully make it on highlights on ESPN or whatever. We need to sustain drives. There was a couple times where the Chargers went 3 and out, and those are killers, dude. You can't have that. And then the last thing, for God's sake, at least they did it later with him. I assume it's because Darius got hurt. But can we stop putting him in there just for fly sweep action? Like, I don't understand what's this guy's fascination with it. You don't use him at receiver. He comes into the game and we see fly sweep. That's going to be a little tell there, even if you play action the damn thing.
Jesus, Robert D, my God.
Oh, my boy's probably going off.
Oh yeah, he just had an interest. I can't put the comment up here, but you can only imagine what he said. Again, yeah, interesting game to say the least. I'm gonna have to get back to.
Yes.
I am gonna have to jump out of here and get back to writing, but again, the biggest plays to me were made by Omari and Hampton. Gadsden, Tony Jefferson, those three guys. I mean, what a way to put a stamp in this, because it's going to be interesting to see how they handle Omarion in the run game moving forward. I know some people have already started asking, "Oh, what would the Saints trade Alvin Kamara for?" But yeah, I'm. This is going to be an interesting week, especially because they travel all the way to the West Coast or the East Coast, and they face off against the Giants that are gonna be angry. They're gonna be a tough team. They're gonna be a tough out. They're gonna try and mount the pressure. I mean, Denver's pressure was crazy tonight. I mean, there was times where Herbert was barely dropping back. Dan, let me tell you how many times he was sacked. 5 times. He was hit. Benito hit him 5 times. 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 times he was hit.
That's too much, dude. Like, and the part that's really frustrating to me also is like
they only hit Bo Nix 4 times.
What?
They only hit Bo Nix 4 times and they sacked him twice.
Yeah, like that. And the frustrating part to me is some of those hits were so late that you're just like, what does my guy need to do to get a call? Like, my goodness, man, what are we doing?
Yeah. No, and this is true, Senor Vivmont. Derwin is he's playing very well. You could tell he's the leader of this team and of this defense, and he's playing really well. But Khalil, Derwin, everybody was yelling, 10's our guy. We love 10. We love 10. So these guys were really all about it. But again,
Now,
thank you guys so much for checking out another episode of What's Up
press
Bulls.
like button.
We'll be back Wednesday, so make sure you guys tune in Wednesday night. We will be back. We'll break down the game, and then Dan and I will be jumping on a flight after that because we will be at the game. So I know Dan's excited to be out there and he gets to go see the team. It'll be his first game of the season, so he's excited to go see that. But yeah, I appreciate everybody who jumped in here. You guys are the best. Make sure you guys hit the notification button if you guys are on What's Up Bolts, because Gilbert and I right now are kind of feuding with YouTube a little bit. We're trying to get this all fixed for our regular Compas on the Beat page. But yeah, make sure you guys tune in. Again, appreciate you guys. Dan, why don't you get us out of here?
Be a compa, tell a compa, smash the like button, and remember, we'll never find out why John Cena became The Rock's bitch.
Jesus.